Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital teasers indicate that Willow Corinthos will be appalled by Drew Kane's other lady, and her bedroom discovery will result in allegations. However, Nina Reeves and Portia Robinson's strategy will not be as straightforward as it appears. Nina had been anxious to end Drew and Willow's relationship, so she hired Jacinda the hooker and accused Drew of adultery. Despite Nina's doubts, the trap will go ahead as planned. Drew will be handed a Mickey and wind up beneath the covers with Jacinda, thanks to Portia Robinson and her involvement in the plan. Although Jacinda will not sleep with Drew, GH spoilers predict she will take some photos and remain in Drew's bed when Willow returns home. Willow will already be in a terrible mood after being turned away from Michael Corinthos' clinic in Baden-Baden. Of course, Willow is unaware that Drew bribed an employee and persuaded her to declare Michael did not want to meet his wife. Willow only wants to return home to Drew's soothing arms, but he'll be with another lady instead. Drew is in for an unpleasant awakening when Willow returns and notices the scandalous bedroom scene in front of her. Willow will undoubtedly become enraged and question why Drew did not fight back during her visit to Germany. Willow will definitely inquire how long Drew has been sleeping with someone else on the side. Drew will naturally defend himself, claiming that this is not what it appears to be. Drew is likely to feel sleepy and confused about yesterday night's events, so he may conclude that he was drugged and point the accusation at Nina. Drew will implore Willow to believe that he did not betray her. Despite Willow's horrible discovery and the allegations that will follow, Drew will beg her to have some faith in him. Drew might offer some predictions about the great future they can still have if Willow is prepared to see things his way. According to General Hospital spoilers, Willow will have to decide whether or not to believe Drew's version of events, so keep an eye out for any major relationship developments. Nancy Lee Grahn, who plays Alexis Davis on General Hospital, had to rush back to a store to return a purchase she hadn't paid for. Currently in Japan, the ABC star discovered that the Japanese do not tolerate theft, so she was genuinely concerned about her unintended crime. Read on for more information. Not paying for an item in Japan. Kate Grahn and her mother recently took a vacation from their lives in the United States to travel to Kyoto. They absorbed themselves in the calm of the culture. On Friday night, Nancy did not appear to be at peace. On Instagram, she posted a selfie of herself appearing frightened. Willow's meeting with Michael is thwarted by spoiler, and Sunny makes it through surgery but is still in danger. Today on General Hospital, Ava wants more money from Alexis, Nina and Portia hire a prostitute, and Jens and Drew continue their plan against Sunny. Jens and Jordan meet in Metro Court, and he thanks her for joining him and meeting with Congressman Kane. Drew soon joins them and hears about Jordan's new position as COO at Industries. Jordan tells Drew that she wishes for a fresh start since she misses him and their friendship, and she still believes in what he stands for. Drew is grateful to her. Jens says that now that it's resolved, they need to move the Esplanade to Sunny's peers. Drew agrees and will try to persuade voters to support him in the future election. Jordan suggests that he refrain from attacking Laura. Drew believes if anyone goes after Laura, it will be Ezra. Jens believes it is best for Drew to stay out of the situation, and if they play their cards correctly, Sunny will lose territory. Jordan excuses herself to make calls and get things moving on their agenda. Alone, Drew tells Jens that hiring Jordan was a wise decision. Jens feels that having the appropriate companions, particularly Jordan, will help him make Port Charles his new home. Drew believes they will have a mutually beneficial relationship, despite Sunny being a thorn in both their sides. Sidwell looks forward to the day when he will no longer be an issue. Ava wants more cash. Alexis chats with Marco and Diane in Alexis' office about a contract his father has made with deception. She cautions him that Lucy is prone to changing her mind, and Tracy will attempt to pull a quick one. Marco had heard everything about them from his mother, who complained about them terminating her. Alexis was unaware that Natalia had been fired. Marco feels she won't cry for her after what she did to Christina. Alexis says she has no ill will toward his mother, and has made amends with Christina. Marco believes this gives him hope that he will be able to mend his connection with his mother, with whom he had a falling out in high school. Ava unexpectedly appears and requests to talk with Alexis. She meets Marco and Alexis asks Marco to leave so they can talk. Once alone, Ava informs Alexis that they must adjust their payment schedule. Ava wants $150,000, but Alexis believes taking too much at once will get them caught, so she should slow down. Ava threatens to expose Christina. Alexis says they both know she won't because she and Rick have too much to lose. Alexis confirmed that Rick told her he was involved. Ava makes it apparent to Alexis that she is in control here. Alexis confirms that she will make the transfer. Molly is astonished and informs Cody that, according to this document, her mother wants Christina confined. She realizes this was in among Diane's belongings, and their paperwork got jumbled up. She cannot believe it, and she must take action. Cody buttons up his shirt and offers to help her, claiming that his ribs are only injured. Christina is in for a shock. Christina and Donna remain in Carly's kitchen, working on a get-well card for Sunny. Cody and Molly arrive shortly, and Christina inquires as to the situation. Molly recounts that she met Cody, who told her about teaching James how to tie knots and believed Donna might be interested in learning. Donna thinks it sounds uninteresting, so Cody bribes her with lollipops and they proceed to the living room. Alone, Molly reveals Christina the commitment papers, which stuns her. Christina asks Molly if their mother asked her to draw these. Molly claims she didn't, and these were Diane's documents, which she is not even meant to have seen. Christina questions why Mom would do this to her. Molly speculates that papers are old, and that Christina's mother may have had them drawn up after they lost the baby. Christina notices that the date is from the other day, when they had their Davis girls' night. Christina thanks Molly for bringing this to her attention, and she is aware that she and their mother are typically in accord about her. Molly insists she does not back their mother in this matter, and they hug. Christina is perplexed because she has been seeing a therapist and done the work, so why would Mom do this? She intends to face her, and Molly offers to support her. They leave Cody to look after Donna. Is Sunny going to be fine? In Los Angeles, Brick assures Carly that he has a security team watching the hospital to protect Sunny, considering that the mysterious penthouse bomber is still at large. Carly believes having Brick here makes things easier. Brick inquires about Michael's condition, and she responds that he is doing well according to his doctor, but she is concerned that Willow's presence would create a setback. She is concerned that Willow's vacation will end in disaster. Carly was surprised to see Dr. Abbott and a nurse emerge so quickly after the surgery. She asks if Sunny is all right. The doctor says he is, and he is being placed into his room. Everything went perfectly. Brooklyn confronts Lulu. Brooklyn goes into Lulu's and demands that she stop torturing her kid. Lulu insists she hasn't spoken to anyone, but Brooklyn knows she's writing an essay about adoption to reach her. Lulu explains that she presented 3 articles to the newspaper, and they asked her to write about adoption. Brooklyn is tired of her games and advises her to tell Dante if she wants to, but be prepared for the repercussions. Brooklyn laments that her and Dante's son was put by the nuns of St. Ignatius so swiftly that he may not even be aware he is adopted. She, like everyone else involved with this youngster, has the potential to destroy his life. Brooklyn claims she can accept responsibility for her adolescent mistake, but Lulu will have to face the consequences of purposefully destroying everyone's lives in order to resent her as a grown-ass woman. Lulu says she hasn't told anyone, and as much as she despises it, she'll keep her secret even if she disagrees. Dante arrives and inquires what is going on. Lulu asks where Rocco is, and Dante responds that he and Danny went to the movies. He asks again, "What's going on here?" Brooklyn thinks Lulu is writing an essay about adoption that is too personal for her. Dante does not comprehend how the article relates to her. Brooklyn tells that she and Chase are considering adopting. Lulu says she had no idea they were considering adoption. Brooklyn alleges Lulu is using this article to investigate her business. Lulu insists she isn't, and her article may include useful information. She wishes her and Chase the best, but she is attempting to restart her career, and this is the story the newspaper wants. Brooklyn tells her to knock herself out and rushes out. Dante asks Lulu whether what Brooklyn stated is true, and he assumed she would be kind with Brooklyn. Lulu maintains she had no idea Brooklyn and Chase were planning to adopt. Lulu reminds him that he knows the paper chose this topic, and he advises them to tread softly with Brooklyn. Nina and Portia hire a hooker. Nina speaks on the phone with Willow, who is in Germany, and tries to calm her down before she meets Michael. She returns to Portia, who asks how hiring a prostitute will solve their Drew problem. Nina says she doesn't believe Drew would cheat on Willow right now. That's why they need to frame him, and she needs Portia to create a medicine to knock him out, only for Willow to discover her pal in bed with Drew. Portia claims it's a brilliant strategy, but how does it benefit her? Nina predicts that without Willow, Drew would leave town with Scout for DC. Portia claims he'll still have power over her, which is why Nina says they'll snap pictures of Drew's transgressions. Jacinda, the sex worker, enters and quickly explains why she is here, which is not to be featured on the cover of Crimson. Nina and Portia have a novel proposal for her. She says, "Please, I've been propositioned by 2 women before." Nina tells her that this work does not require sex, but does involve photographs. They fill her in, and Jacinda dislikes the fact that it involves a congressman, therefore they will pay more than her typical fee of $6,000. Nina is astonished since they are not asking her to have sex with Drew. Willow is turned away. Willow travels to Germany to see Michael at a clinic. The woman behind the desk tells Willow that she doesn't know how to tell her this, but her husband does not want to see her. Willow explains that this is about their children, but the woman says he has expressed his sentiments, and Michael wants nothing to do with her. Back at Crimson, Nina receives a call from Willow. Willow, in tears, says Michael does not want to see her. They have nothing else to say, so she'll travel home tomorrow morning. Nina puts her on hold and tells Jacinda they've made a deal. She returns to Willow, who laments that Drew would never treat her like this. When they have a problem they communicate, but Michael simply closes down on her. Willow exits the workplace after returning to Germany. The woman at the clinic contacts Drew and says she did all he asked, and she lied to Willow about her husband's refusal to see her. Drew claims her payment is on its way. Friday's final moments. At Alexis' office, she transfers Ava just as Molly and Christina enter. Alexis describes their presence as a pleasant surprise and wonders what it is about. Christina shows her the paper and asks, "What do you tell me, Mommy dearest?" In Los Angeles, Carly contacts Jason to inform him that Sunny will be all right. Meanwhile, a shady-looking nurse enters Sunny's room. She switches off his monitors, takes out a syringe, and proceeds to inject a concoction into his line. That's when Sunny awakens. General Hospital spoilers. Willow, horrified about Drew's other woman bedroom discovery, leads to accusations. The world of General Hospital is never short of drama, and the most recent spoilers promise yet another dramatic storyline that will keep viewers on the tip of their seats. Willow Corinthos, a woman who has already been through a lot, is about to receive a devastating revelation that could completely upend her marriage to Michael Corinthos. The plot revolves around Drew Kane, a man with a difficult history and present whose choices could have disastrous consequences for those around him. According to the latest leaks, Willow makes a discovery in the bedroom that shows Drew has been engaged with another lady. The nature of this revelation is yet unknown, but it's enough to throw Willow into a state of terror and bewilderment. Given her history of trust issues and the fragile state of her relationships, this revelation could be the tipping point that sends her over the edge. Everyone wants to know who this mysterious woman is, and what her presence in Drew's life means for Willow and Michael. Willow's reaction is described as one of utter sadness. Having worked so hard to repair her life after multiple betrayals and heartbreaks, this fresh betrayal, or what appears to be one, threatens to ruin everything she has accomplished. Willow is not a person who tolerates lying, and if she believes Drew has been unfaithful, the consequences will be severe. Accusations will fly, and the tension between the characters will approach a fever pitch. Drew, for his part, may not be as culpable as the circumstances indicate. General Hospital is known for its unexpected twists and turns, and it's very plausible that there's more to this narrative than meets the eye. Could this other woman be someone from Drew's past, reappearing at the worst possible time? Is there a misunderstanding that will be resolved later, but not before irreversible damage has been done? Willow's husband, Michael Corinthos, will definitely get caught in the crossfire. His devotion to both his wife and his friend Drew will be tested like never before. Michael has always been a protective and morally driven guy, but if he is forced to choose sides, his decision could have long-lasting consequences. Will he stand by Willow even if it means severing ties to Drew? Or will he attempt to mediate, putting additional strain on his marriage? According to General Hospital teasers, Giovanni Gio Palmieri may face a top-secret DNA test soon. Will Lulu Spencer and Harrison Chase work together to uncover the truth about Joe's parentage? At Dante Falconeri's recent birthday party, Lulu looked captivated by the story of Joe's birth. Joe's mother allegedly worked till she went into labor while in Los Angeles for a concert. A fact, Los Angeles isn't far from San Francisco, where Brooke Lynn Quartermaine gave birth to Dante's baby before giving him up for adoption. It's easy to see how Lulu may begin to piece together the evidence, especially because Lois Cerullo seemed to be on edge whenever the topic of Joe's mother comes up. There's also Joe's age to consider, as well as any other discoveries Lulu may make that will aid in the development of her idea. Lulu may eventually accept the possibility that Gio is Brooke Lynn and Dante's biological child, but she may demand confirmation before telling anybody. Chase has decided to remain silent about the kid Brooke Lynn gave up, but he despises lying to Dante. If Lulu goes to Chase with her hypothesis that Dante and Brooke Lynn are Joe's parents, he'll despise the lie even more. Chase may agree with Lulu that evidence is required before blowing up so many lives. Perhaps Lulu and Chase might collaborate on a DNA test to ensure that Brooke Lynn and Dante's son is actually Gio. Chase could easily steal DNA samples from Gio and Brooke Lynn, as he lives with them both at the Quartermaine residence. Brooke Lynn has already verified that Dante is the father of the baby she relinquished, so evidence of her mother-son relationship with Gio may be sufficient for Chase and Lulu. However, Lulu and Chase may require parental documentation on both sides, just to be sure. A DNA sample taken from Dante or maybe Rocco Falconeri could also provide some Gio family proof. Regardless, a hidden DNA test could play a significant role in this GH narrative. If Chase and Lulu end up on a quest to confirm Joe's identity as Brooke Lynn and Dante's biological son, they may have a motive to work together. According to General Hospital teasers, Lulu will make some astounding predictions and may assist bring updates on some significant family news in the future. Drew and Willow were prominently featured on General Hospital this week, which made some viewers feel queasy. Fortunately, he may have sealed his fate. Sonny finally had surgery, but he's not out of the woods. And Christina and Molly discovered that Alexis pondered having Christina commit, which resulted in one of Christina's best lines in a long time. Let's talk about the week that was. Drew and Willow are Port Charles's most hated. I failed to mention Drew's bizarre child custody agreement in last week's column, which he completed this week. No judge in their right mind would hand up Wiley and Amelia to Drew if something happened to Willow and Michael. First, Drew is not even married to Willow. Second, he would be in a much better position if he adopted the kids. Finally, custody would be given to a more immediate family member, one that everyone does not despise. Willow and Drew decided to have some see-ya-soon sex before leaving for Germany to see Michael. Oh, General Hospital, no one wanted to watch that, let alone have you try to make it look romantic with the candles and music. Meanwhile, Carly's running commentary and word choices when referring to her ex-daughter-in-law, also known as the home-wrecking tramp, have been funny. I should have known better than to get my hopes up for a surprise Michael recast during our trip to Germany. Clearly, the show will wait until the nurses' ball, or even the custody dispute, to introduce a new Michael. Willow was told that her hubby did not want to see her, but this was a deception. Dirty Drew bribed the woman at the German clinic to fool Willow. This was a bad decision because Willow would eventually discover that this was not the reality, and Michael had no idea she was there. Nina has been seeing that when Drew is desperate, he makes a big mistake, and this could be one of them. All that remains is for someone to reveal the falsehood. Meanwhile, Nina and Portia hired a hooker, drugged Drew and photographed her in bed with him. What might go wrong? I laughed when Nina told Jacinda that she and Portia had a unique proposal for her, and the sex worker said, "Please, this isn't the first time I've been propositioned by two ladies before." Lulu the petty and vindictive. Lulu can tell her narrative in any way she wishes. She purposefully presented an adoption story to the paper, most likely anticipating that it would be chosen from the three pitches because she can't keep her own business. Lulu and Brooke Lynn's dispute over BLQ's baby secret is stale and tired, and Lulu comes off as an envious teenager who keeps attempting to play the victim since she is keeping Brooke Lynn's secret. Someone needs to spill the beans and take the tale forward. Brooke Lynn informed Lulu that the nuns of St. Ignatius had placed her baby up for adoption. You know Lulu will follow up on it. Still, I don't see Brooklyn's secret being revealed until the nurse's ball. I can already picture it. Gio will be on stage, taking his final bow. When Lois is heard shouting over a live microphone, Brooklyn will never know Gio is the kid she had with Dante. Other thoughts and ponders. Molly discovering Christina's commitment papers, which Diane had drawn up for Alexis, and then taking them straight to her half-sister created some fascinating tension amongst these three. Far more intriguing than the months-long baby drama we had to endure. Christina asked Mommy Dearest about the papers as she shoved them in Alexis' face, which made me giggle. It'll be interesting to see how Alexis talks her way out of this. What was the point in Cody being kicked in the ribs by Tracy's horse? In addition, there was greater sexual tension between Brooklyn and Cody, while she was unbuttoning his shirt than between Cody and Molly. They joked about her marriage and Brooklyn asked, "Have you seen my husband?" Was enjoyable. And if you're going to put him in this ridiculous position to begin with, Brooklyn could have at least removed Cody's full shirt. Make being kicked by a horse worth the viewer's time. I've enjoyed Rick and Ava together, but their blackmail strategy is the pits. Alexis should seek assistance from Sonny when he returns from Los Angeles. Natalia's firing from deception could not have happened to a more worthy person. But then crying to her estranged son about it? That looked out of place. With her jobless and not exactly Jen's and Marco's favorite person, the question of her character's purpose arises once more. Friday's cliffhanger, with a shady nurse going into Sonny's bed post-op to inject him with a medication, was scary, I tell you. Not. We all expected this just as we expected Sonny to live. However, it occurred just as Jens was telling Drew that no longer having to deal with the dawn would be a glorious day when it arrived. However, I do not believe Jens is targeting Sonny because if he is, it would be much easier to kill him and his peers than this entire referendum conspiracy. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Port Charles is buzzing with whispers about a familiar name, Dylan Quartermain. Finally, Tracy, thank you for expressing how the viewers have felt. We don't want to hear the phrase esplanade again. I like Tracy's description of the entire project as a dull sidewalk. Dylan is expected to return to the canvas shortly, although whether he is depicted by Scott Clifton, Robert Palmer Watkins, or a new face is unknown. With Lulu Spencer having lately awoken from a years-long coma, the timing seems almost too perfect. Could Dylan's arrival mean the rekindling of old flames? Or is he about to stir up new drama among the Quartermain dynasty? General Hospital spoilers. A Quartermain comeback. Dylan, the talented and often underappreciated Quartermain, has always balanced family devotion with personal ambition. His earlier trips from Port Charles were motivated by a desire to escape the oppressive expectations of his family. However, given the Quartermain family's internal turmoil and foreign threats, Dylan's homecoming could be both timely and smart. His unique perspective and creative flair could be exactly what the family needs to navigate the rough waters ahead. GH spoilers say Lulu is living in a new chapter. Lulu's awakening has sent shockwaves across Port Charles. After years in a coma, she has awoken to a world that has carried on without her. Her ex-husband, Dante Falconeri, found solace in the late Sam McCall, and her children grew and changed during her absence. Lulu's fortitude and willpower are tested as she fights to restore her place in this new reality. Her contacts with Dylan, if he returns, could provide both comfort and difficulty as she navigates her return to society. A job at deception, a blossoming friendship with a stable lad, and a deep dark secret that prevents her from admitting her love for Dante might all be put on hold if Dylan returns to her life right now. General Hospital spoilers. Sparks reignited. Dylan and Lulu have a complex and layered past. Their early romance was characterized by passion, misunderstandings, and the difficulties of growing up in the midst of family drama. With both characters having developed on their respective travels, a reunion may delve into how old attachments adapt to current realities. Whether as friends, confidants, or something more, their rekindled bond promises to provide dimension to the unfolding stories in Port Charles. As the potential of Dylan's return approaches, fans are left to consider the repercussions. According to General Hospital spoilers, Carly Spencer's decision to stand by Sonny Corinthos throughout his imminent operation has the potential to cause significant drama. Carly's presence by Sonny's side may send two radically misleading messages to the town gossip mill. First, it may appear that something is gravely wrong with Sonny, given their chilly post-divorce dynamic and lack of public support for one another following their ugly breakup. Second, it could spark speculations that Carly and Sonny are rekindling their romance despite being officially over. With emotions running high and tongues talking, will Carly's good intentions backfire? General Hospital spoilers. Carly's support raises eyebrows. Carly's decision to attend Sonny's operation is based on their shared experience, but spoilers indicate that it raises concerns. The Corinthos family has been shattered since their shocking divorce, and Carly and Sonny haven't exactly been public supporters of one another. Her surprise entrance at his bedside could indicate to Port Charles that Sonny's health is deteriorating. Why else would Carly, of all people, show up? According to insiders, this action could exacerbate suspicions about Sonny's condition, calling his tough guy persona and business operations into question. Is Carly's commitment likely to cause unexpected consequences? Spoilers. Rekindled romance rumors ignite. The second blunder could be even more serious. Carly's appearance may persuade Port Charles that she and Sonny have reconciled. Spoilers suggest that their convoluted history, passion, betrayal, and all makes it easy for viewers to draw romantic conclusions. Despite their explicit statement that they are done, the appearance of Carly playing the supporting ex-wife may fuel speculation that they are rekindling old fires. This rumor could jeopardize Sonny's company and Carly's personal life, especially if WSB Chief Jack Brennan gets the incorrect impression. The last thing they need is a fabricated love story to wreck their lives. General Hospital spoilers. Navigating the fallout. Can Carly keep the story straight, or will the conflicting signals spin out of control? Spoilers indicate she'll struggle to clarify her intentions, especially with Port Charles's rumor mill in full swing. If people believe Sonny is on the verge of death, his opponents may take advantage, eroding his hold on power. Meanwhile, romance rumors could alienate supporters and complicate Carly's personal life, especially among those who are aware she has moved on. Will Carly and Sonny correct the record, or will her gesture of charity cause havoc on both fronts? The world of General Hospital is never short of stunning developments, and the most recent spoilers indicate that another bombshell is ready to drop. Rumors are circulating that Gio Palmieri is keeping a life-altering secret that might affect everything for countless Port Charles residents. Whispers of a top-secret DNA test have people wondering about Joe's true identity, and if the truth is revealed, it could send shockwaves across the community. Meanwhile, Lulu Spencer and Harrison Chase may find themselves working together to solve the mystery, paving the way for an explosive storyline full of deception, treachery, and long-buried secrets. Gio has been something of a mystery since his arrival in Port Charles. Despite making relationships with a variety of personalities, his past has always been shrouded in mystery. With suggestions of a hidden DNA test, viewers are left wondering who Gio actually is. Could he be tied to a prominent Port Charles family? Some speculations imply that he is a long-lost relative of the Spencers, Quartermaines, or possibly the Cassidines. If so, his presence has the potential to revive old rivalries and restructure alliances in unanticipated ways. Lulu Spencer, who has seen her fair share of family conflict, could play an important role in revealing the truth. After years of dealing with Cassidine machinations and Spencer family secrets, Lulu has developed a good sense for detecting lies. If she learns of Joe's possible connection to her family, she will not hesitate to investigate further. But she won't be working alone. Harrison Chase, a devoted detective, could be the ideal ally in her search for answers. Chase has repeatedly demonstrated that he is prepared to go above and beyond to discover the truth, even if it means breaking a few laws in the process. Their cooperation could be an intriguing dynamic to observe. Lulu's strong instincts and personal stakes in the situation, along with Chase's investigative abilities, would make them a powerful team. However, their endeavor will not be without challenges. If Joe's DNA test is being kept secret, it is most likely because someone powerful is pulling the strings. Whether it's a wealthy donor, an infamous villain, or even a well-known character in town, the truth could be more deadly than they think. As Lulu and Chase delve further, they may discover more than simply Joe's background.